sure my headset is still on. Still on. Good morning. Good morning. It's 7:01. I'm going to roll right into Ashtanga. We'll try to get through all of primary series this morning. We'll do our best. And, well, yeah, let's just see what happens. I was going to say something about how I'm going to teach it, but let's just wait and see what happens. I've been really stressing the 5 elements of practice, specifically the first 2 being breath, pranayama, breathing in and out of the nose for Ashtanga, and bandhas, the engagement at Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, drawing inwards and upwards lightly, but all the time during practice, and Uddiyana Bandha, pulling the belly button towards the spine, which will happen through different postures at different intensities depending on the shape. So core strength from belly button to tailbone and deep breathing in and out of the nose. That's it. And that's basically how I'm going to teach the whole class. That was the whole thing. That's all we need to know. Feet together at the front of the yoga mat. They could be touching, but they don't have to be. Parallel is good, facing straight ahead, and then closing the eyes either with the hands down by the sides or joining the palms together in front of heart center. Either way, finding a connection between the top of the head and the sky above, a connection between the soles of the feet and the center of the earth, a kind of extension of the practice beyond the self as we move through the opening chant, and then that will better allow us to focus the attention on our inner selves as we move through the practice. You can breathe or chant, your choice. Om Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandarshika Satma Sukha Vavote Nishrayase Jangarikaya Mane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantiye Abahu Parushakaram Shinkachakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Chin to chest, hands by the sides. As you inhale, reach the hands up, look at the thumbs. As you exhale, forward fold, hands reaching towards the floor. Inhale here, look up and lengthen through the chest. Exhale, walk or hop through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog, feet are apart, chest is open. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here, head hangs or chin tucks to chest. Great space to find Mula Bandha if you haven't already or if you forgot. Pelvic floor starts to draw inward and upward, belly button towards the spine. This is a good place to kind of play with that exaggeration or amplification of Uddiyana Bandha, flying upward lock. We just had like a lovely little sunrise rain shower, and now there's all these like crazy sun rays, but also dark clouds kind of thing going on. I guess there's kind of like weather like that everywhere right now. Seems like rainbow weather, we call it. Inhale, looking at the thumbs, walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, fold, nose towards the knee. Inhale, rise up, reach up, and look up. And exhale, Samastitihi, hands can come back by the sides. Next inhalation, hands reach upward, Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up, full and deep inhalation. Exhale, walk or hop back as you empty out the lungs all the way through Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, open up the heart, shoulders rolling back. And exhale, down dog, child's pose, or any other posture that feels good for 5 breaths here. Nice. Spread the fingers, find the breath. And that way, when the mind wanders to the weather or things that are outside of the practice this morning, you can bring it right back to the inhale and the exhale, the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Third element to really focus on the practice is the drishti, the focus itself. Keep the eyes physically focused, the mind mentally focused. Next, inhale, looking at the thumbs. Walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, fold nose towards knees. Inhale, rising up to reach up, to look up. And then exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, third Surya Namaskara A. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plank. Elbows stay close to the body, fingers spread wide. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Next inhalation, looking at the thumbs. Walk or hop the feet forwards. Exhale, folding nose towards knees. With the breath, rising on the inhale, using the center of gravity to keep you grounded and balanced. We have 2 more. Surya Namaskara A's. Inhale. Exhale. Seeing if you can breathe with a little more attention, a little more patience with both parts of the breath. And counting, if you can, 5 of your own in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Next inhalation, looking at the thumbs. Walk or hop the feet if you haven't already to the hands. Exhale, fold nose towards your knees. Inhale, rise up to reach up, hands overhead. Exhale, Samastiti. 1 more, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale. Uttanasana, forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, looking forward, open chest, plant the hand. Exhaling, walk or hop through Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, 5 breaths in that down dog shape. Comfortable space for the gaze. Noticing when the mind wanders where it goes, using that attention to bring yourself back to intention. Can you focus on the breath? That steady engagement at Mula Bandha. Nothing else. Inhale, looking at the thumbs. Walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, fold nose towards knees. Inhale, rise up to reach the hands over the head, maybe looking at the thumbs. And exhale, Samastiti. Quick hair fix before we do Surya Namaskara B. Keep the breath going in and out of the nose. Inhale, Utkatasana, knees bend, hands come high. Exhale, forward fold, hands towards the floor. Inhale, look up, lengthen the chest. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Right foot will step forward from here. Warrior 1, rising up on the next inhale. And lowering right back down on the next exhale. Inhale, up dog. Again, this is where that patience really helps. In the Surya Namaskara B's, left foot will step forward, inhaling to a warrior 1, taking your time to fill up the lungs.
Exhaling all the way down through Chaturanga, bending at the elbows, the feet come apart. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Nice. Head hangs or chin tucks. Notice where the eyes rest. Hold them in a single point. Steady gaze or drishti. Next inhale, look at the thumbs. Walk or hop the feet forwards. Exhale, folds nose to knees. Inhale, rise up to reach up. Knees bend. Oops. Exhale, Samastitihi. I was already thinking about breakfast. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hands come high. That's where my mind was. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the floor. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, back to plank. Elbows bend. Inhale, lift the chest. Open up the heart. Exhale, down dog, prepping for Virabhadrasana. Right foot forward as you inhale, rise up to reach up. As you exhale, lower all the way down. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Left foot forward, inhale. Spread the fingers, feet apart as you exhale. Up dog. And down dog. 5 breaths. Next inhale, looking at the thumbs, walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, fold, nose towards knees. Bending the knees, Utkatasana on the rise, inhale. And exhale, Samastitihi. We'll do 3 Surya Namaskar. So this is our last one. Inhale, Utkatasana, bending at the knees. Exhaling, forward fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 5 breaths in your down dog, exhaling to get there. And starting the breath count with the first inhale. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Ujjayi Pranayama. Next inhalation, looking at the thumbs, walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, folds nose towards your knees, Uttanasana. Rising with bent knees through chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands by the side. Inhale, walk or hop your feet hip distance apart, keeping them parallel as you fold on the exhale to grab big toes. Take big toe hold, Padangustasana, look up on the inhale. And then fold forward, release the head hanging or chin tucks on the exhale. 5 breaths, bend at the elbows. Find hand to foot connection, space for the head, neck, and shoulders. Breathe deeply through the nose. Straight legs always active and lifted at the kneecaps. Bent knees are totally cool and awesome as well, so your choice. Next inhalation, look forward, lengthen through the chest, stepping onto the palms of the hands for Padahastasana as you fold again on the exhale. Again, head hangs or chin tucks. Find comfort in the neck and shoulders. Breathe deeply through the nose. Ujjayi pranayama. Next inhale, look forward, lengthen through the heart. Felt good today. Exhale, hands come to hips. Inhale, rising up all the way. And then feet together as you exhale. Inhale, the right foot steps back. Open the arms like a T as you pivot the feet towards the back edge of your mat. Exhale for triangle pose, right hand reaching towards the big toe, the ankle, the shin, or a block. Pressing evenly into both feet, pulling in and up at Mula Bandha. Find your favorite Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle shape, side one. Next inhalation, rising up to reach up, pivot the feet towards the front of the mat, side two on your exhale, left hand towards left big toe. Even if the knees are straight and locked out, make sure they're active. So you have to mindfully engage that quad if the legs are straight. If the knees bend, it will automatically engage. You can focus your even pressure into both feet, belly towards the spine, find a gaze in your breath. Next inhale, rising up, pivot the feet towards the back of the mat again as the left hand twisted for Parivriti Trikonasana. Left hand to either side of the foot on the floor, right hand to the sky as you twist and gaze upwards. Find even weight again through both feet, steadiness and control at the center. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Next inhalation, it's an inhale rising up. I said inhale twice, pivot the feet as you exhale, right hand towards the floor. And go on either side of the foot, find your twist on side two. Next inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samastitihi, feet coming together. Inhale to step the right foot behind you again, this time pivoting on the feet to bend your right knee over the ankle, elbow to the knee or right hand to the floor, reaching the left arm overhead for Parsvakonasana. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle through the left side is the length, right side grounding down, but the back foot is strong on that left foot too. Next, inhale, rising up, pivot the feet towards the front of the mat. Exhale, left knee bends, elbow resting on the knee or left hand to the floor as you reach right arm towards the front of the mat. Belly draws in and up at Uddiyana Bandha. Nice. Next, inhale, rise up, hands to heart center as you pivot on your feet, left elbow to right knee. Find your breath. Parivriti Parsvakonasana. A revolved side angle, hands can stay at prayer, chest is open, or maybe arms extend. If the arms extend, you want to keep the elbow across the knee. That cross body connection is valuable. So if you can't cross the elbow over the knee, don't extend the arms, keep the hands together, or even fists if palms doesn't feel right. Next, inhale, rising up, pivot the feet. Exhale to side two. I'm smiling because we've been having conversations with some students about how Ashtanga is a little bit boring. Anyways, I'll just drop that comment here as we twist on side two, right arm towards left leg, left arm reaching. If it feels okay, or hands staying together to help get that elbow towards the knee, or even right hand towards left knee. Connecting the right and the left side, crossing the midline, breathing deeply. Next, inhale, rise up, open the arms. Exhale, Samasthitihi. And I was like, oh, isn't boredom kind of the same as bliss? Inhale, right foot steps back, feet are parallel. Exhale, fold forward. Plus, this feels like, for me personally, like the opposite of boring. Inhale, look up, spread your fingers, legs are active. Exhale, fold. But like if you've got it all down and you're breathing and your bandhas are on, if you're just sitting here bored, then like, I don't know, maybe that's enlightenment. Otherwise, you have to sit here focusing on the strength in your legs, evenness of your feet, belly towards the spine, deepness of the breath, not have any outside thoughts trickle in. Keeps me super active, honestly, in my practice. The opposite of bored. Plus, in the words of David Williams, it feels so good. Such a fun experience. Inhale, walk the hands forward, look up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up all the way, Prasarita Parachanasana B. Next, inhale, look up, point your elbows back. And then exhale, fold. Keep your fingers wrapped around your hips the way they are, elbows pointing back, thumbs behind you, fingers in front. Second fold, 5 more breaths. Next, inhale, rising up all the way again, evenness on both feet, not cramping at the toes. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back as you're ready. Inhale, look up and lengthen through the chest, open heart. Exhale, forward fold as far as you're comfortable. Legs stay active. Hands can stay close to your tailbone or fall over the head, your choice. Find your breath here. Inhale, rising up nice and slow. Exhale, hands returning to the hip. Maybe look up on an inhalation here. On an exhale, fold one more time. This time reaching to grab your own big toes for big toe hold. Peace fingers and the thumbs wrap around as you inhale to look up. Exhale, fold again. Prasarita Padottanasana D. Head hangs or chin tucks. Elbows bend here. Breath is steady. Ujjayi pranayama in and out of the nose. Next inhale, coming up halfway. And exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up all the way. And exhale, Samastitihi, feet together at the front of your mat. Parsvottanasana, hands behind you to reverse prayer, elbows or wrists as you inhale to step right foot back, pivot on the feet, square the hips as best you can, and then exhale, fold mindfully over the right leg, straightening eventually through the back of the right knee or moving in that direction, pressing again evenly through both feet. Find your breath here. Next, inhale, rise up, pivot the feet. Exhale, side two, lengthening over left leg. Take your time, could be 2 breaths there. Next, inhale, gently rising up from here. As you exhale, Samastitihi, feet together. What I think is one of the most challenging parts. We're going to stand on one foot. Inhale, grab your right knee or your right big toe, Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Left hand stays on the left hip to help you stabilize, stack, and strengthen on that left side body. And keep the gaze forward or drop the nose down to the knee here for 5 of your own breaths, whatever feels best. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana, side 1. And then if you had the nose towards the knee, we take an inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, right leg to right side. You can either keep your gaze forward or turn the gaze over the left shoulder with control. Find 5 breaths here, second variation. Evenness where you can through the 2 sides of the body. Evenness, not straightness. That's okay if your hips aren't perfectly parallel. They're probably not in this posture. But are you stacked on the left side to support? And if you're not, you'll just fall over. So inhale, right leg comes through center. Exhale, nose towards knee. You can use 2 hands to get the nose to the knee, and then gently float your foot out in front of you, hands on the hips. You can keep your legs straight or bend your knee. Ooh, exhale to release, right foot to the floor. Second side, left foot rises. So right foot's planted, everything's stacked, right hand up the hip. You can grab the left knee or the left big toe, gaze is forward, or gaze drops as the nose comes closer towards the knee. Gazing forward here on an inhale, exhale, left leg towards left side. I didn't account for the wall in my room. Maybe gaze over right shoulder, finding 5 breaths, second variation on the second side. Wow, so boring. Inhale, left leg back to center. No, it's funny because it's true. It is kind of boring. That's the whole point. Exhale, nose towards your knee. Inhale, float your foot. Like it's boring, but it's hard. So how is that? What is that? Focus the mind, focus the breath, do the bandhas. That's it. We're floating our foot, little smile, lots of awareness. And an exhale to put the left foot on the floor, lifting the right foot now for tree or half lotus, your choice. Listen to the body. If you have the half lotus and you want to go for a forward fold, you can. If you have tree and you want to reach your hands over your head towards the sky, that's an option. For the tree variation, forward fold is an option. In the half lotus, your choice. Right knee is bent, left foot is standing, breath is steady. Inhale, rising all the way up. If you folded, exhale, right foot to the floor. Side two, inhale, left foot rises, tree or half lotus. Exhale, extend into the posture through the drishti, through the breath, through the bandhas, any variation you like. Next, inhale, rising up all the way with control. Exhaling, putting both feet on the floor, feet together, Samastitihi for Vinyasa. Next, inhale, reaching hands up, maybe look up. Exhale, forward fold. Complete breaths here as you inhale, look up, fill up, be patient. Exhale, walk or hop back through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Utkatasana is next. Inhale, look at the thumbs, walk or hop the feet forward and together, bending at the knees. Knees together, feet together if they can be. If not, keeping them parallel and drawing towards one another. Belly draws towards the spine as the tailbone drops down. Hands can reach forward or upward. Arms can be straight or elbows bent. Nice. On the next exhale, fold, hands coming towards the floor. Vinyasa, following the breath. From here, it's Virabhadrasana A, stepping the right foot forward first. Knee over ankle as the hands come over the head. Back foot is flat. Hips are turning towards the front edge, the short edge of the mat. So that might help you with the angle in the back foot, keeping front knee over ankle if you could. Follow the breath. Next, inhale, straighten out the right leg, pivot your feet towards the back edge of the mat, bending left knee over ankle as you pivot through the hips and the pelvis to face again the short edge of the mat. Nice. And then opening for warrior two, hips towards the long edge of the mat, arms go the same way. Gaze stays over the left fingertips here. Left knee stays bent. Second warrior. Inhale, left leg straightens, pivot the feet. Exhale, right knee bends, side two. As you exhale, bring both hands down towards the floor, stepping back through plank chaturanga. Follow the breath. Now we're all warmed up. We finished our super duper Ashtanga warm up, jumping through to sit down for what we call primary series. Feet forward and flexed, hands grounded and flexed, palms of the hands on the earth, shoulders rolling back into their place, belly pulling towards the spine. Last step is chin dropping towards the chest, Jalandhara Bandha. 5 breaths, Dandasana. You can bring the elbows lightly towards the rib cage. Curl the toes lightly back towards you or exaggerate it so much the heels pop off the ground. See how it feels today. And then reaching for big toe hold. Inhale, look up, grab the big toes, peace fingers and thumbs, loop around. Exhale, forward fold. Making any adjustments you need as you fold over 2 legs, head hangs or chin tucks here. Ujjayi pranayama continues. This is where we get really boring. So eyes stay open, gaze towards your belly button. But remember, if it's boring, you're doing great. Inhale, look up, grab the sides of the feet, open through the chest, exhale, forward fold. Option for a third Paschimottanasana here. Inhale, looking up, maybe reaching one more time, folding on an exhale. Last one, Paschimottanasana C, third forward fold here over 2 straight legs or 2 long legs. They don't have to be totally straight. Inhale here to look up and exhale to release. We'll take the vinyasa, which I don't always do after Paschimottanasana, but since we did all 3, little vinyasa through here. Remember all the different ways that a vinyasa can look. You could stay seated. You could do lifting on the hands with crossed legs or rolling on the spine. For Purvottanasana here, we stretch the legs forward, point the toes, hands reach behind you with the fingers face forward. Spread the fingers wide as you lift chest, maybe lift the hips, reach through the toes, head falls back. Purvottanasana. Exhale to release, hips all the way to the floor if they were lifted, crossing the ankles for vinyasa, any form that feels great. 3 breaths for transition. Any movement you like, including no movement at all. I didn't mention Shavasana, laying down for 1 or 2 breaths, but keeping that Ujjayi flow in and out of the nose always. Right foot comes into half lotus. Right foot can come into half lotus if that's comfortable. If not, leave it on the floor for like a tree shape or a figure 4 over the knee. Right hand maybe binds behind the back as you inhale, reach forward. 1 or 2 hands on your front foot as you look up. Exhale, fold, lengthening the spine over the left leg. Head hangs or chin tucks. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Inhale to look up and lengthen through the chest. Exhale to release. Side two, no vinyasas between sides. This is tradition as I learned it. So, or as I know it, I learned vinyasas between sides, but that is part of the new school. Old school tradition, no vinyasa between sides. So inhaling to look up as you reach for that right foot and fold over the right leg. Side two. Mula bandha all the time. Inhale here to look up. Exhale to release. Move through your vinyasa. Next posture is called Trianga Mukha Ekapara Paschimottanasana. So this is the one where we fold our right knee back, or right foot back rather, deep bend at the knee. If you can pull the foot and knee everything towards center line, go ahead and do so. If not, you can flex and push the knee and foot away from you as much as you like, including the option to sit on top of something. Inhale, look up and lengthen towards the left leg. Exhale, fold in that same direction. 5 boring breaths here in and out of the nose. And that's why David Williams says becoming totally fascinated and curious about the breath. And the practice is important. That keeps it less boring. Really starting to love yourself and your practice keeps it interesting, keeps it fun most of the time. Inhale, looking up. Exhale to release. Side two, left foot bends back next to the hip. Right heel stays flexed forward. Remember, straight legs always have some action or energy involved in them, especially when we're seated. Obviously, when we're standing, but especially when you're seated, keeping a mindful space for every part of your posture. Noticing the fullness of the breath, waiting for your inhale, look up, lengthen, fill all the way. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, 3 breaths for transition again here. Consistency is key, not just for yoga, but that's one of the reasons why yoga is so universal. Coming through to seated, we've got right foot into a tree-like shape for Janu Shirsasana, flexing right heel into the thigh with intention, as well as the left heel away from you. Inhale, look up, reach forward, lengthen through your heart, fill the lungs, and then exhale, fold. Head hangs or chin tucks. Janu Shirsasana A. Inhale, looking up. Exhale to release, moving to the second side, right heel now flexing forward, left heel flexing into the opposite thigh. Inhale, reach, fill up, lengthen through the heart, and then exhale to fold, let the head hang. Breathe deeply, Ujjayi Pranayama. Meaningful connection between hand and foot, wherever they're out in front of you. Inhale here to look up and lengthen, and exhale to release, moving through vinyasa. As you walk through or jump through, this time you can sit directly on top of the right heel for Janushirasana B. If you don't like sitting on your heel, repeat the one we just did, Janushirasana A, or you could put your heel behind your bum if that feels okay. We're going to fold now over left leg. Inhale, reaching, lengthening, looking up. Exhale, folding when you're ready. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, root lock and flying upward lock. Pelvic floor to belly button to spine. Inhale to look up and lengthen. Exhale to release, switching to side two. Left foot comes under and right foot flexes forward. As you're ready, take an inhale to reach forward, look up and lengthen over the right leg. As you exhale, fold, head hangs or chin tucks. Side two, Janushirasana B. Inhale here, looking up. Exhale to release for vinyasa. Okay, Janushirasana C, left foot flexes forward, right knee bends. You can roll your right ankle around in an external way, pushing the big toe away from your face and then towards the floor. If you have enough rotation that direction that you can push your toe away from your face and towards the floor, eventually pinky toe and all the other toes will follow, landing on the floor, heel towards the sky, and maybe a forward fold. We've got about 3 more breaths here in Janushirasana C on the first side. So rolling the ankle is great, or placing toes on the floor and forward folding. Inhale here to look up, and exhale, release the right foot, bringing the left knee in to bend next. As the left knee bends, the foot twists. Maybe rolling the ankle, using your hand to help, or placing it on the floor being the ultimate prop here if the flexibility is there for the contact. Inhale here to look up and away, and then exhale to release, moving through vinyasa. Back through to seated, Marichasana A, sweet. Right foot comes flat, separate it from the left foot so that there's a gap between your foot and your thigh, and the right foot stays facing forward if it can. Both heels are active, the feet are engaged here as you reach forward like an airplane, swimming the arms side to side, or wrapping them behind the back, folding on an exhale over left leg, Marichasana A. Inhale, looking up, lengthen through the heart. Exhale to release. Second side, right foot forward, left foot flat. Remember that separation between foot and thigh here allows your torso to fold forward. So it gives you a little more space, reaching the arms wide like an airplane or wrapping the hands behind the back. It's an exhale when you do fold, letting the head hang or tucking chin to chest over the right leg. Inhale here to look up, lengthen. Exhale to release, vinyasa. Breath being the first and most valuable part of the practice, always being fully present with inhale to exhale. We're coming back through to seated for Marichyasana B. So left foot can come into a half lotus as the right foot is flat like it was in A, or your left foot could land on the floor behind your right. If the lotus is too much, leave your left foot on the floor behind the right heel, and then fold forward to reach forward, swimming the arms side to side, or wrapping them behind the back as you inhale, look up, exhale to fold. Inhale, look up, check that that right foot's off to the right side because we want to mimic that on side two. So releasing the left foot from the lotus, or if it was behind the heel, we'll take right foot into lotus or right foot behind the heel on the floor. Again, keeping the left foot off to the side, but parallel with the edge of the mat allows you your deepest fold. Hands out to the side or wrapped behind the back on an inhale, folding forward on an exhale. Inhale, looking up, and exhale to release, moving through a vinyasa, any form that feels good. Doesn't have to look like up dog, down dog. Listening to breath and body as we move through to Marichyasana C, which I always feel really ready for a nice twist here. Everything else is so boring. I'm making fun of it now, but it's fun. Left foot is flexed, right foot is flat. You can keep it close to you as you twist or hug with the left arm around the right knee. Look over your right shoulder. Maybe the elbow crosses the knee. Maybe the hands wrap behind the back. Find your breath, sit tall, use Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha to help you control the twist here. Fill the lungs every inhale, empty every exhale. Inhale here to gaze forwards and exhale to release. Unwrapping the arms, stretching right foot forward and left foot flat. Twisting towards the left knee, you can hug the knee or cross the elbow over, sit tall, gaze over the shoulder. Front foot stays active as you twist. Any variation you like. Marichyasana C, second side. Inhale here to gaze forwards. And exhale to release. Vinyasa. 3 breaths of transition. I forgot to mention jellyfish vinyasa earlier. My favorite alternative, really, besides rolling on the spine. Jellyfish can be really nice. Coming for Marichasana D. So again, you could set up with that left foot behind the right heel. The right foot is flat. Or you could tuck the left foot into half lotus. Right foot still flat as you twist, taking the left arm around or across the right knee, twisting to the right, gazing over the right shoulder, breathing in and out of the nose. As you inhale, gaze forward. As you exhale, release the twist. Second side. Left foot is flat. We're twisting to the left, hugging with the right arm or crossing with the elbow. Right foot on the floor or right foot in half lotus as you twist. Marichasana D, second side. Find deepness in the breath. Inhale, looking forwards. Exhale to release. Nice. Moving through vinyasa. Taking you on a tour through primary series. This is like, I feel like we've made it after we do that posture. So come through to sit down. We still have to do Navasana, but I feel like after that posture, we've made it. So knees together, feet together. You can hold behind the knees here, pull the belly in, lift the chest up. Maybe stay here, elbows can stay low, or you can float the hands and straighten the legs any amount. We're going for all 5 today. So crossing the ankles, knees to chest. We won't waste any time as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down, hold again. Knees bent. You can hold backs of knees or straighten legs or both. Keep the chest open. Cross the ankles, knees to chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Third hold in Navasana, boat pose. Ujjayi Pranayama, Mula Bandha. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Find that lift. Listen to the body here. How could this even be close to boring? Okay, cross the ankles. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Float the feet. Float the mind. Cross the ankles. Inhale, lift up. That's the last one, vinyasa. Nice to take a vinyasa to down dog here for an entry into Bhujapidasana. So from down dog, you can walk or hop your feet around your hands, coming to a squat with the hands between the feet. The knees are bent, eventually sitting down on the tops of the elbows. Keeping the chest forward, you'll wrap the feet around the arms. Bhujapidasana, shoulder squeezing posture because the legs are squeezing, wrapping around the arms. The ankles cross and lift off of the floor. 5 breaths. Option to round and tuck top of head or chin to floor. With control. From here, option for vinyasa. and also the option to land on your bum. Nice option. So Kurmasana, there could be a vinyasa here. If you like that up dog, down dog, or 3 breaths of transition, take it now. And then bringing the feet as you sit down the width of the mat, hands either holding the ankles, reaching forward, or if the elbows are close enough to the ground, you might be able to reach your hands back. Hands and feet will stay the width of the yoga mat. So as they reach forward, they don't widen out. Same with the hands, as they reach back, they stay the same width. Reaching straight forward if you can, breathing deeply in and out of the nose for Kurmasana. Supta Karmasana is the next option, bringing the feet towards each other. So if your hands are holding your ankles, they'll go with the feet in front of you. The hands are behind you, they can move towards each other behind the back. Supta Karmasana, sleeping tortoise. 5 more breaths. Full Ujjayi Pranayama. You can gently unwrap yourself from Supta Karmasana, coming through a vinyasa. If it feels good, again, 3 breaths of transition, your choice. And as you come through to seated, next time it's Garbha Pindasana, which is a full lotus variation. So if you can't take a full lotus, you could do this in half. And if you don't practice half lotus, you could cross your ankles and hold your feet here. If you do half lotus, you hold the lotus knee and the free foot. And if you have full lotus, you can hold both knees or slide your hands behind your knees. 5 breaths balanced on your tailbone, wherever you're at, breathing in and out of your nose. Nice. Garbha Pindasana. And then the second variation is the option to roll. So if you're going to roll, make sure you round first, rolling on the upper spine and just rolling halfway up all the way back, twisting as you go, full circle or halfway around in one direction and returning back the opposite way. So nice doing that on carpet. When you come back up, lifting, pulling in at Mula Bandha, you can stay on the tailbone or lift onto the hands, your choice. 5 breaths. Moving through a vinyasa from here, 3 breaths for transition. Follow your heart. Remember Mula Bandha. As we come through to seated, we finally get to Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, starting with a neutral spine and a forward fold. So you'll hold the inner edges of the feet, peeling them apart, like opening a book, and then lead with the chin and chest, neutral spine for a few breaths here. Eventually, chin and chest might come close to the floor with a neutral spine. Totally. And then on the next exhale, it's an intentional rounding of the spine or cat-like spine as you drop the forehead towards the feet. You can keep the hands where they are, put the hands on the floor. Forehead eventually lands near the big toes. Inhale to roll up from any amount of forward folds, taking Upavishta Konasana next. So here I actually do skip the vinyasas, which is not totally traditional, but if you want a vinyasa, take it. This is mix of new school, old school David Williams style. So keeping the feet wide for Upavishta Konasana, just these last few vinyasas he skips. So time to forward fold here, coming to your elbows or reaching the hands out towards the big toes. If you like big toe hold, you can take it here. Nice. You're doing great on time. We'll do a short closing sequence because that's all you need once you get through primary. Inhale coming up, balance at the tailbone for the second variation, option to recline on the third. So if you want to save yourself space for a reclined or supta variation next, you can. Feet are wide, maybe knees are bent. You could hold backs of knees or big toes. Try to let the head drop back. And then on an exhale, we'll roll it back. So rolling onto the back, lifting hips over heart if that feels good, or leaving hips on the floor in a happy baby shape if that feels better. 5 more breaths. Mula Bandha all the time, Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhaling to roll up from here, lifting the heart. Exhaling to gently forward fold or move through vinyasa of your choice, including the vinyasa to roll down, lie down for Supta Prangustasana, next posture. Hands will be resting on the pelvis. Both heels are flexed. Sweet. Inhale, right foot rises, grab back of knee or big toe. Exhale, chin towards the chest as the head lifts off of the floor. So right elbow hugs in towards the right knee. Chin rounds towards the chest, not reaching up, but towards the heart. And then left hand stays on that left thigh, relaxed as it can be. Left leg is active on the floor. Inhaling the head down. If it's lifted, exhaling right foot to right side, gaze to left, if that's okay at your neck. Next inhalation, bring the right leg and gaze back up to center. Exhale, chin towards the chest, head lifts once more. Inhale the head down and then exhale the right leg down. Second side is an inhale that lifts the left leg, grab the toe or behind the knee as you exhale, chin towards the chest, Supta Prangustasana. Again, finding length through the back body. Think all the way from the back of the right heel, up the back of the right leg, through the back of the head and neck. Inhaling the head down, exhaling left leg to left side, gaze to right. Find your breath. Inhale, left leg comes back up through center. Exhale, chin towards the chest. And then inhale, head comes to the floor. Exhale, left leg comes to the floor. From here, no vinyasa at all. We're just going to bend the knees to either grab the backs of the knees or the big toes. Roll up as many rolls as you need to get there onto the tailbone. Balancing on the tailbone, the heels will go away and the head drops back. So holding big toes or backs of knees, you're pressing heels away, head dropping back. Ubaya Prangustasana. Drawing the gaze forward, chin towards the chest. You can either switch your grip here for the outside edges of the feet, heels, or calves. You can roll on the spine as you switch your grip, roll back up to balance. So holding the backs of the legs now, reaching forehead towards the knees, and then lifting the feet towards the sky. You can keep the knees bent, pulling yourself in close to the legs. Eventually the legs might straighten out. Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. Inhale here, looking up, and exhale, release. Here's an opportunity for vinyasa. As we close primary series, moving into closing sequence. A good way to close. Allowing the breath to be the driving force of the practice, coming back to deepness in the inhale and exhale as you recline onto the back for Urdhva Dhanurasana, back bending. So feet can come flat onto the floor, maybe stay here. Lifting the hips only, or hands can come close to the ears and you can lift off of the head or to top of head. Let's take 3 back bends of your choice for 5 breaths each, or 15 breaths total if you want to stay lifted for longer. Find hands and feet on the floor, or a nice connection between whatever's on the floor and your breath, moving in and out with control, however you're ready. Maybe one more back bend here for 5 more breaths. If you finish, take your time. As you return to the floor, if you're not there already, take as many more breaths as you need, and then find your way through seated to Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold next. So as you're ready, coming to a seated forward fold in Paschimottanasana over 2 straight legs, taking a big inhale or 2 to get there, and then folding when you're ready on an exhale. Stay for some of our longest, deepest breaths so far. Inhale, looking forward. And for the sake of just doing it this way at least one time in my life, I'm going to skip the not vinyasa, the inversion portion of closing sequence. We're going to go to the 3 finishing postures. So turning to face whatever direction you want to be cross-legged. And of course, if you wanted to do an inversion, you could throw one in, and I'll just keep doing this. Or if you're watching this recorded later, you could just hit pause and do your inversion and come back. But for the sake of having an Ashtanga class that doesn't even put time for the inversions in it, let's just try it today. And for the sake of time, we did the full series. So hands behind you, reach for your own toes or reach for your own fingers, your own wrists, your own elbows. Inhale, lift the chest, look up, and then exhale, forward fold, forehead towards the floor. Baddha Padmasana, bound lotus. A few again, deep breaths here, drawing the mind inward. Back to breath and bandhas, keeping the practice simple, not easy. Focused, not boring. Next, inhale, rising to seated, releasing the hands onto the knees in Jnana Mudra. First finger and thumb joined together. Individual consciousness and universal consciousness connecting at forefinger and thumb. Chin towards the chest in chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha, plus Mula Bandha at the root and Uddiyana Bandha behind the belly button. All 3 bandhas working together with Ujjayi Pranayama here. In and out of the nose, slow, deep, gentle, and full. Inhale, bringing the gaze forward, releasing the hands to the floor next to you. Can keep the hands grounded. Maybe lift the hips or leave the hips grounded as well. We'll take 3 rounds of Bhastrika Pranayama. Inhale, filling all the way up. Bhastrika. Exhale. Second round, inhale. Exhale. Final round, inhale. Exhale. Shavasana. Final resting pose. That's really why we skipped the inversions, was to give enough time to stay within 90 minutes and get a nice amount of time in our Shavasana. So lucky us, here we are. Take as much time as you need to get comfy, cozy, scanning the body to make sure hand and foot on both sides are feeling like they can relax a little bit, noticing if the eyes prefer to be open or closed, and then following the breath into its rhythm, allowing it to slow down, settle down, and simply relax into this space, knowing that the breath and body will just be, allowing the mind to observe this being for a few more moments. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the heart center or back to the third eye. allowing yourself to stay exactly as you are and just mentally become aware of the physical body, mentally become aware of your breath. The intention to just hold that awareness of breath and body for such a long time and then release it in Shavasana. That effort and surrender, both holding really nice value. So as you have this awareness, you might choose to stay here for a bit longer. That's totally cool. You might enjoy this space of stillness. If you feel ready to come back, maybe first returning to the breath, some deepness in and out of the nose, allowing movement to come back through the center of the body and expand through fingers and toes. And if breath and movement do come back in this moment, you could begin to roll over to one side or move the body in whichever directions feel good. Eventually finding your way to seated, whether again that's now or later, is up to you. Taking as much time as you need. The eyes can stay closed or softly come to open. Cultivating some gratitude if you do, or when you do, I should say, when you return to your seat, whether that's now or later, bringing some gratitude with you, hands either resting in the lap or palms together in front of the heart center. I'll finish the practice with a closing chant, followed by Om Shanti 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 and the sound of one Om. Om Swasti Prajabhyaha Pari Palyantam Nayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha O Brahmanebhyaha Shubhamhastu Nityam Loka Samhasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, thank you, thank you for practicing a lot of Ashtanga yoga. Hope you have a great Monday. And thank you for being here. That was really special to do the whole thing all together. I know, and the cats and the children noticed that it was a little longer than 1 hour, but we're ready now for the whole week ahead. Thank you, Julia. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and practicing Ashtanga. We'll see you super soon. Adios, amigos. Ciao, ciao.